We're going live here and on YouTube as well. How you doing? Set up here right. We all set? Again, I'll just wait a few minutes till people come on board. All right. I love how the angles, man. This one angle, I'm not loving it at all. But this angle is fine. What is going on? All right. Hi, Erin. How are you? All right. Halls, Gail. Hi, guys. Again, we have much better reception on Facebook than YouTube, but color too. Yeah, it's better. It's better. Okay, so hi Sharon. Sue Ellen, I'm sorry. Let's see. People are texting me and messaging me. All right, Sue Ann, I'm sorry. As I had no glasses on, I couldn't even see. Oh, it was a draining week, Erin. Draining, I think, is really just, and I'm not sure why, because it wasn't really busy at the shop. It wasn't, it wasn't overly busy. It wasn't the reading. They weren't awful readings. You Geminis continue to get hit. Leos and Aquarius. Aquarius were in the shop. Amazing. Aquarians, and I've said this now, I'm sorry to repeat myself, but you don't see a lot of Aquarius. You see Scorpios when they've exhausted any other possible way of getting the answers they need, and normally they answer their own questions. They don't need any help from anybody. So when they really, they show up when they really need help. Hey, Sean. And doing okay. Aquarius finds it all very fascinating and is perfectly fine with readings, loves the fun, loves the communication. But they're not fond of them for one reason. We don't see a lot of Aquarius unless they're really in torment, because Aquarius live in total fear that someone's going to say, I know what's wrong. This is what's wrong. Yep, that's it. Okay, great. All you have to do to fix it is this. You have to do. That's when you lose Aquarius right there. When you tell them what they have to do, they're out the door. They cannot. They should all be wearing T-shirts that say, you can't tell me what to do, because you can't. You cannot. You can ask Aquarius. They will help you. They are wonderful friends. They'll be there. You start making demands. You start giving ultimatums, and that's how you lose an Aquarius. You lose them very quickly. Every sign has its thing, but man, Aquarius will not tolerate that shit. And Gemini is right behind them on that. Gemini, Aquarius, and I always say Sag. Those three signs that love their freedom. They get along great. And all right. Now, and again, not every Aquarius, of course, but I gotta say more than you would think. So yeah, just don't tell them what to do. Ask. They'll give you a kidney. Just ask. Don't tell them what they have to do. And that's why Virgo and Aquarius can be tough. We see them matched up, but and so they both share a work ethic. But Virgo likes things to be neat. They like boundaries. They like, oh, this is our relationship. This is where we're at. This is what's going on. This is the future. They want things. Whoa, whoa. Can't be doing that shit. That's why Pisces and Aquarius gets along so well. Make great friends, because we don't tend to, we're kind of wishy-washy on the boundaries, to our detriment usually, but there it is. So, what were the readings mostly about? Honestly, mostly about repercussions of the bad behavior of others, okay? Other people not fulfilling their promises, other people not coming through, other people owing money, not paying it back, other people's mistakes, problems, abuse, and it lands in the person who cares lap. So lack of responsibility on others, and Gemini at work, especially Aquarius in their personal life, especially really feeling that pain. So that was this week. I did a little video earlier, some of the new stuff. I was trying to get boxes unpacked tonight, and lots more stuff on the way. The shippings, I've got orders backed up, orders on top of orders, just backed up. Things I used to get in weekly, regularly, nice routine, candles, incense, things that I always keep stocked. Dear God, so backed up. So I'm backing up my backup orders so that when they do start coming through, I'll be getting them through regularly. What else? Hey, Greta. So anyways, I'm looking at you over there, Suan. I think other people are on YouTube. They don't check in. Please like the video, guys. Like the videos. Hit like, hit like, hit like. That really does help. Ironically, Facebook again wants to, sign up for some sort of point system and money rewards. And I'm like, I really don't want them airing ads on my videos. So, of course, I was in Facebook jail for 7 days. That was fun. All this great Bill Gates stuff was hitting the presses, and I couldn't share it. I was dying. I was painting my apartment, just dying that I couldn't share this shit. Hey, Robin. Hey, Dee. Because all the stuff with the I know. Look at me. I'm so excited. I'm excited because it just, what does it take to get this to be shown, to be public, to be talked about? I don't want to talk about Kardashian drama, or I want to talk about this stuff. I want to talk about the Epstein stuff. I want to know why we're not going after this, why we're not talking more about it. And, now we find out why Bill's wife wants a divorce, or one of the reasons. And Epstein, that's right, and playing heavily in this divorce thing. And watching some bad behavior again on the part of Bill Gates. But we're going to trust him anyway, right? Right. Buying up all that farmland, what could go wrong? So, anyway, that's I have my own suspicions and my own thoughts on that. Hey, Barbara. So, not to get political, we're just watching things unfold, watching people treat gasoline like they did the toilet paper some year ago. It's ridiculous. And really, if you would think this was being staged, and she did hate Epstein for good reason. She's a good mother, loves her kids, and actually, yeah, she really believed she was helping children in Africa with the vaccines. To some extent, she was. To some extent, we know she wasn't. That it wasn't the right thing to do. If you have doubts, just Google how many kids died being vaccinated in India and Africa. And also, you can Google French doctors caught. The plan was to test this COVID over in Africa and India, the poorest places. They pay the government to use the people as guinea pigs, and these two French doctors were just saying, we're just going to test it, and they got caught out doing it. Now, it's not news, but the fact that it made the news means people get embarrassed, and someone's going to get punished. Like, I don't even know what to say, but because this is common knowledge, it's what they do. It's what the pharmaceutical companies have always done. But they're shady and don't talk about how they test their drugs and how they ruin lives. So, and how GMOs are ruining the agricultural systems. I was just having a conversation with somebody tonight, and I've been hearing about this now for over 25 years. GMOs I can talk about intelligently. My own horticultural background, and the people I've known back when that was first making news, GMOs. My daughter Devin was a year old, so it's been a few years, and got these Franken seeds and what they do and how they're spliced, and the fact that they're mules, and the fact that they affect other seeds, heirloom seeds, and of course it's brilliant. You have a seed where you have a crop and you can't save seeds, you have to go buy more seeds. I mean, it's just absolutely, it's like when you build a pool, the pool companies but then they have contracts. So you have someone who cleans the pool and puts the pool, opens it and closes it. Genius. I mean, that's how you sustain a business, right? So, and mark my words, there will be GMO marijuana. Bayer is already working on it with Monsanto, who is now part of Bayer. It's all happening, and we're watching the farmland bought up, and it's just, we're watching it and we're doing nothing. We're doing nothing about it. You can just really quickly, I'm going to get off this topic, but I'm going to urge you to Google search Gates Foundation patent 060606. Not conspiracy theory. Google it. Gates Foundation patent 060606. Can't make it up. It's real. Google it. See it for yourself. And see what it's about. Hey, Paul, how are you, honey? Okay, so the energy right now, Taurus, Uranus, that wonderful push me, pull me of change, and we will not change, and we are going to change. So that's the heads-on energy. We got Mercury going retrograde. Shouldn't be a bad retrograde. And Saturn going retrograde, again, shouldn't be a bad retrograde. What we're going to see, though, in this Saturn retrograde, in this Mercury retrograde, I'm going to segue right off what I said. What are people coming in with? The bad behavior of others landing in your lap, the repercussions, people not paying back debt, people not doing with their children, blah, blah, blah. People not doing their job at work, people not living up to their relationship requirements, but you know what you expect someone to do. You're in a relationship. What you expect someone to do. You're in a partnership. Well, what's going to happen in these retrogrades is that people are going to be held accountable. No, not born. Just look it up. Gates Foundation, patent 060606. Patent. Natalie, it's good to be here. Yeah, where was I? So we're going to see in a few months people being held accountable, and it's going to be on the big mass media, and we're going to see it in our own personal lives. People are going to be held accountable, and I am all about it, all about that. I love it. I hate bullies. I hate cheaters. I hate liars. And frankly, I love when they get caught out. I love it. In fact, I have come to believe, well, first of all, there's a great saying. It's that witches don't wait for karma. Witches are karma. That's number one. And number two, I have come to believe, my belief system doesn't have to be yours. You want to live and let live and love and hugs and kisses, and that's good for you. You be a light worker and you do all of that. That's great. Me, I think that part of our dharma, and dharma are the things we do that erase our karmic debt. We carry through lifetimes our karmic debt, which the Catholic Church bastardized into original sin. It was karma. You know, Christianity is 2,000 years old, roughly 2,000. Buddhism is roughly 10 to 12,000, and Hinduism is 15,000 years old. So they do predate Christianity by millennia. All right, karma is a Hindu thought, a Hindu. Wow, hang on. I want to say it's a tradition, but it's a belief system, and we've Americanized it and we've trivialized it, and it's not. There's books written on the topic of karma. But I believe that maybe, hey Karen, maybe just maybe part of our dharma, the good things we do, is not to just say that person's a child molester, molested me. No, making sure they can't molest anybody else. Making sure the abusers can't do it to anybody else. Thieves don't do it to anybody else. Shut them down completely. Okay? That's what I believe. It's not enough that we just, unveil, reveal, but they need to be stopped. That it can't hurt anybody else ever again. And it's up to us to do that. That's my belief. You don't believe it? That's how I feel. If a doctor or a lawyer or a scamming psychic, no, it's not enough that we have their name. It's not enough that we know. It's they need to not be allowed to do it anymore. And we can't wait for the other guy to do it. And we can't always wait for justice to do it because we know what DCF and we know what the court systems do. They don't do their job. We know it. So we look to things like the news agencies. That I haven't seen much of that anymore. There used to be some really great reporters that would go out and knock on doors and ask hard questions and expose bad business and expose abuse. But I've not seen those lately. But I really think we need to be held accountable for that. We need to hold ourselves accountable to make sure that this person that did us wrong doesn't hurt the next guy or gal. But again, not a light worker. Not a light worker. Okay? Which? I'm not interested in that. And I am all about healing, I'm all about helping, and I'm all about, really seeing things done right and helping people take their own power back. A lot of what I do in terms of my magic and what I teach and what I talk about is not pay me and I'll clear your house for you. No. Here's a piece of paper. Here, you need like $5. Here's $5 worth of supplies. Now go clear your own house. Take care of yourself. Keep your family safe. Set your own wards. I don't buy the stuff at my store. Buy it anywhere. Get it in nature. Make do with what you have in the house. A lot of times, and I've talked about this in my newsletter, people don't think they're getting good reading unless they spend a fortune on the reading. People don't think that they can cleanse the house. They got to pay some money. No one's going to clear your house better than you. And you're not going to mess it up. Okay? Everyone's looking at you. Why don't you come up and say hi? Come on. You're so crazy. Say hi. Come on. Hey, Marcia, how are you? Thanks for coming in. All right. The Marine sister I've known for, okay, I don't want to think how many years I know all of you, actually, because I was in 5th grade when I met your sister. So, yeah, sorry, son. Yeah, it's not the birth of the great deceiver. It's actually a patent. All right, we're not talking about the, it's not the apocalypse yet. Maybe it is. I'm starting to wonder. There is no gas shortage. There is no coin shortage. Like an idiot. When the coin shortage thing was starting, everyone was, there's no coins. I went to my bank, people's bank, and I'm like, I better get some change, huh? They're like, why? I'm like, because there's a shortage. They're like, who told you that? I'm like, the news. They're like, there's no shortage. We got plenty of change. Don't worry about it. So, again, we're working towards a cashless society. And that whole thing, like the coins had COVID on them. So we had to be not touching the coins because the money was doing. Everybody disinfecting their money for that? Yeah. Yep. All part of a bigger plan, guys. And if you don't think they're working towards a cashless society, you're wrong. I have friends in Wall Street. I have friends in the financial, and I can absolutely assure you, I have friends who work for Venmo and PayPal, and absolutely we are working towards that. That is the end goal, a cashless society. Hey, Wendy. What else? Hey, Ella. So there's a lot to think about. There's a lot to consider. The world is changing rapidly. Got to keep up, guys. Don't be distracted. Jupiter coming into Pisces is fantastic, rather. Jupiter was the ruler of Pisces before Neptune was discovered. The danger with Jupiter going into Pisces is delusional thinking. Okay, thinking you can drive when you've been drinking, overstepping your boundaries. But Jupiter blows everything up, and so creativity, great, off the hook. I mean, I am on fire. Painting and creating and doing. Love this energy. I'm a Pisces. I am loving this. Halls and I'm halls. How many times am I running cards in my store and the chips don't work? It's the card doesn't work. It's happened to me, embarrassingly enough. You're out there and Your card's not working. It's like, okay, well, there's money in the card, but the chips don't work. The chips fail. What's going to happen? I don't know. You can't get your own money. Or you're paying an ATM. You pay an ATM to take out your money. Thank you for letting me have my money. Here's some money. But anyways, the Jupiter in Pisces, fantastic energy. However, you have to be careful of delusional behavior. This is where we see suicides. We see accidental suicides, okay? We see the accidental, I thought I could drive. I thought I could, and that's where it's dangerous. This overconfidence because, and again, delusional because Pisces is a sign of creativity, intuition, artistic talents, but it's also the sign of delusions, addictions. Um, Neptune energy is crazy in many ways, and you have, again, Jupiter blows everything. The big gassy planet, and just blows everything. So, okay, thank you, and I want to thank you, Helen, because I really appreciate people who write in from other. I've got friends in Germany. I've got friends in Sweden, and I mean genuinely, they're not just Facebook friends. They're people I actually know, and what's being reported in the news isn't necessarily what we're seeing. What's really happening there? People who are living there, doing business there, living their lives. So, yes, we've got racism in America, but man, you guys have it in Canada, and man, do you have it in Australia. It's bad, bad. The Aboriginal people of Australia have a lot to say, and the Native people in Canada have a lot to say. So, yeah. What else, guys? Trying to read comments. I've done a lot. Helen, my friend China has done that. Has actually left her groceries. Has actually left stuff out of the cart right there. Don, thank you. Yeah, you're using self-service, and yet there has to be someone there watching. Hey, Noreen. Oh wow, that's so exciting. You always love driving. I'm so excited for you. I love that the job you have. All right. Yeah, and think about it. Yep. And I have to, these. It's the thing is that it's not even the millennial generation. It's the generation after that. They are so comfortable with their phone. They literally will have the stuff on the counter. I ring it up and they're like, "Give us a second," and they call their bank. They transfer money. There you go. It's like it's second nature to them. And they'll like, I have a stone or a couple of incense. It's 40 cents. Can I here? I'm like, I can't. It's gonna cost you money to ring that up. Just take it. Take the stone. I can't. I can't do it. Oh, Deb, thank you. Got a haircut. Need a haircut so bad. Yeah, self-serve and no cash. So, you're watching. You're watching change. You're watching how a societal change, and we really have to think about if that's good or bad or how we feel about it. It's not set right with me. So anyway, what else? Anything else, guys? Before I start reading cards, anything? Yep. SOL. Well, shit out of luck, no doubt. And the other thing, and there is no gas shortage. The numbers are being manipulated to raise prices as we open up the country and everyone wants to travel again. Oh, hell shock. The gas prices are going through the roof. Who didn't see that coming? I mean, every Memorial Day they raise them. Every summer they go up. I'm looking at this. Yeah. Well, cash is. Well, I mean, The thing is, Wendy, is that animals die. You know, did it mean anything? I don't know. I don't think one squirrel dying means anything. 10 dead squirrels, that could mean something, you know, but I don't think one, no, I don't. Okay. So, what else? What else? I think a better thing to do is I don't care if it's a 3 by 3 foot patch. Start planting some vegetables. Just grow your own lettuce. If only that, just grow your own lettuce. Make your own salads. Um, plant some tomato plants. But just get in the habit. Start cultivating your property. Put in some strawberries. Put in some fruit trees. Don't Walmart has them. Go get some apple trees. Put in fruit trees as opposed to decorative things. Put in blueberry bushes instead of putting in another. Here in Connecticut, where they should be outlawed, the burning bushes, these invasive species we have here. Start putting in some flowering and fruiting plants. Sorry, fruiting and vegetables, fruiting edibles. All right. No problem. Well, and we talked about that. You've got to get. There are still heirloom seed companies. I posted that list recently. I should post it again. But you can still get heirloom seeds. And countries like Sweden and other countries, Switzerland, they're putting away massive quantities of heirloom seeds. They're being stored. So, what I found on Facebook Memories yesterday was John Nowinski did a class, a workshop on survival and what would happen if, say, the gas pumps got shut down. If the electrical grid goes down, guess what? You can't get gas out of the gas pumps. They're all electrified. And you can't store gas. This is what I really understand, because there's chemicals in gasoline now. It will go bad. So I don't know what people are thinking, even with this like hoarding of gas. Hoarding it for what? After like 3 months, 6 months, it's bad anyway. And I don't know the science of that. I'm not sure what the chemical is. Tomorrow I have Christine at the shop. I have Sandy and Teresa. So Christine does a Tree of Life tarot. Interesting tarot. You actually walk away with a. I was really impressed with that when she did her audition. She hit on things that, again, nobody knows about with me, and she nailed it. That's the secret. My readers, anyone in my shop in a reading, was able to say something that no one else could have known, and then that's how you read it at Talisman. You have to be over the age of 35. You've got to be reading for at least 10 years, and you've got to tell me something. And so Teresa told me things about the animal unknown. Teresa's also a tarot reader, much like Rachel, who came into the shop as an animal intuitive, wound up being a perfectly wonderful tarot reader. And Sandy reads tarot and who does wonderful soul pictures. Really, really nice work with takes a little more time. It's a little more money, and it's 45 instead of 30, but it's a good 45-minute reading. And she does throw cards while she's doing it, so it's an interesting reading. So there's that. Tomorrow, I mistakenly talked about the psychic fair over at Twisted Vine. It is not tomorrow; it's the next week, and that's when I have Andrea and Pina at the shop next week. But some of my other readers will be over at Twisted Vine. And if you look at Twisted Vine, they're on Facebook, Twisted Vine Restaurant in Derby, Connecticut. It's literally, you could throw a rock and hit it from the shop. They're a famously haunted restaurant. It's a former bank. And it's a beautiful establishment, just beautiful. They have these tours, ghost tours, usually once a month. They have mediumship circles, and they have 2 a.m. like almost sleepover sessions. Once in a blue moon, they do these really cool. Nope, they're both available, Erin. Yeah. So I'm looking at comments. I'm sorry. Oh, help me. What else was I going to say? Readers, Twisted Vine, I'm singing their praises. I know the owner, Michael, just in case you think that there's anything. I actually told him to take some of my readers. I actually sent them over there and helped him set up that fair. So really happy to work with somebody. Famously, when I was in Monroe, there was another shop down the road that didn't like to play fair and didn't like to work with people, was really very negative, but that is not the way I like to behave. And there's plenty of room for everybody at the table. So this is just an amazing time. People are growing by leaps and bounds. So bringing things in, and the more the better, as far as I'm concerned. The more people that are talking about and sharing stories, especially. Now, I just said that. On the other hand, obviously the psychic scammers, the I'm not impressed by that. And I wrote a newsletter about it, so I'm not going to bother talking about it now. Quite a few people, especially younger people this week. And when I say younger, I mean in their early 20s. That's what I consider young. 20s in general, I consider young. Late teens. Talking about the Instagram and TikTok witches and how they're manipulating. Some of them are very manipulative and trying to get people to pay for readings by insinuating that it's a sign, everything's a sign, and if you see this, then you're meant to call me, and this message is meant for you. Where I'm doing just the opposite here. I'm like, not every Aquarius is having experience. Obviously, not every Gemini is in my shop saying they were betrayed. That's of course not. But energetically, that's where it's going. And betrayal comes in many forms. And it may be that it's someone you're close to. It may just be your best friend or one of your siblings, but it's affecting you. That energy is affecting you. And again, you gotta take it all with a grain of salt. As one of my readers used to say, the future is firmly written in jello. Things change, and you can change them. You don't have to accept. I didn't even do any of them yet, Sam. I didn't do any yet, Martha. Hold on, I'm getting going. Wait, there was one more thing I wanted to say. Hold on. Future for reality, blah blah blah. Oh crap! And it was important too. It was relative to changing things. I've had a few people over the past couple weeks come in, and I come from very Christian backgrounds. And there's something you should know about me. If someone comes in the shop, and it's always the same thing. They kind of look, hemming and hawing and big sigh, Like, there you go. What are you setting the stage for? Let the games begin. Do you do readings? I'm like, yeah, I do. Mhm. I heard you do these readings. Like, yeah, I do $5 readings on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. 10-minute readings, walk in, no appointment. I don't know. Like, I'll play. Yeah. What don't you know? Well, I mean, I want a reading, but I've always heard that they're really bad, and my whole family is against it. And I'm like, stop right there. Stop right there. I'm going to help you out. Okay. I'm not going to read you. Like, what? I'm not going to read you. I don't want to read you. But, no. If you think they're bad, if you think they're wrong, if your family believes they're wrong, then they're wrong. That's what you believe. All right? I'm not going to help you sin. I don't need your $5. It's really okay. I mean, I'm happy to talk with you. I'll stay in the shop, but I'm not going to read you. And then this is people. There's no trick. It's not a $5 reading and then it's a $20 reading. And it's not like that. Come back in 6 to 8 weeks. I don't want to see you for 2 months, or schedule private. But guess what? If you need a private, you're still going to wait 6 to 8 weeks. I'm not going to read you, a week from now. And if you want to see my other readers, that's fine. I used to be really strict about that. realizing then that people were just leaving my store and going to other readers out there that were charging a lot more money. They weren't getting a fair deal. So if you want all my readers to read you on a Saturday, that's fine. I'm not going to stop you. But and I appreciate you. Don't get me wrong, but I only take a $5 of their money too. I've never raised my prices since I opened the shop. My privates have gone up a little bit, not really much at all. I mean, very little. But no, it really, and that's how I keep prices low. I only take a very small portion of the money. So that's that. Nobody needs a reading. Nobody needs one. You need to eat, sleep, breathe, go to the bathroom. You don't need a reading. Are they helpful? Sure they are. A good reading is really helpful. A good reading is validating. A good reading lets you know you're on the right path, that you're going in the right direction. You end up from somewhere, and it is coming from a higher place. And I can speak to my own and my readers. They all have a spiritual background. They all have a spiritual path, and they work with a higher power. But do you need a reading? No, you don't. And you're still, no ethical reader should ever be saying to you, oh, you have to do this, or I'm positive, or I know. You don't know. You don't know for sure. This is what I'm seeing in front of me. This is what I'm being shown. But that's all subject to change. You don't bet your life on a reading, ever. Okay? But there have been times where I've read people and I've said, I didn't think of doing it that way. It never occurred to me to do it that way. It never occurred to me that's a possibility. I'm seeing this. I'm seeing you leaving. I'm seeing a new job. I'm seeing this opportunity. Seeing a baby coming in. And how many times there's no way I can't get pregnant, and they come in a couple months later and they're like, oh, surprise. We love babies at the shop. I went through two years of infertility, and China was adopted. So baby magic is our favorite magic. Fertility magic, no, I'm on board with that. People who want babies should have babies. That I do believe. Okay, Harley, I'm there. Anyway, sorry, I'm gonna get going in readings, I promise. Anyway, I guess that's enough, right? Anything else? Anybody have any questions? Anything else I can help with? Getting back to TikTok, I appreciate the TikTok witches. I am selling hematite rings, sage, rose quartz like nobody's business. I mean, it is in and out of the store. It's fantastic. Thank you, TikTok witches. And thank you, Instagram witches. But for this information too, it is okay to use sage. It's okay to use Palo Santo. It is okay to use Santa Yerba. You are not. It grows in North America. It's indigenous. It is. Palo Santo is harvested in a certain way. Trust me, they're happy that we're buying it. Okay, it's really okay. You're upsetting an industry that is sustainable. These are plants that grow. It's not. These are renewable resources. This is where it's okay to do this. When you sage, you're not killing demons. I hope everybody knows that. Someone said that. Someone said something. Like, no, you're raising the energy. Okay, just like when you spray Lysol, you're killing germs. Legitimately, you're killing germs, right? You spray the door handles when someone is the flu, and that's what I do anyway. Love Lysol. But if someone comes through sick and coughs all over it a few times, guess what? You need more Lysol, right? Sage lifts the energy. That's what it does. It dissipates the negative energy. You crack your windows, and it lifts the energy. In a higher energetic state, you don't get sick as much or as easily. You can never get sick. Of course, you're going to age. Of course, things happen. But the idea is to live as energetically high as possible, meaning light-hearted, enjoying life, laughing. And by the way, laughter, children's laughter especially, breaks up negative energy. You don't have to sage. Drumming, music, bells. There's all different ways to break up energy. Okay, clapping. If you don't have the money to buy sage, don't think that you have to not, but if you live in a home where there's someone chronically depressed, someone who's addicted, somebody who's suicidal, somebody, constant fighting, then again, that energy, it's like sweeping and cleaning your house and then opening the front door and it just blows back in again. That's all you're doing. Doesn't mean you shouldn't try, but you're better off keeping your private space clear. Keep your bedroom clear. Keep an area clear and be diligent about it. Salt your doorways, salt your entranceways. Then if you haven't gotten my sage and salt bath papers, please email me at Lenhard, Lenhard, at Comcast.net. I will send you my papers, okay? Just put in the subject line, cleansing papers, okay? And I will happily get those to you. Always, salt baths, all different things you can do to lift the energy and keep yourself safe. All right. You do. You would like Orlando, Deb. Although I gotta say, he does like men better than women. You say hi? Can you say hi? Oh, you say hi? What do you think? How you doing? Yeah? You can fly? Oh, this is fun. Okay. Hello. Great. Everybody out there who's got a bird phobia is now terrified. My mother was so afraid of birds. She said, "They're gonna fly in my hair." Okay, you done? You done? I gotta read cards now. Oh, now he's on. So I thought today we'd do something different. I do have an Instagram page. Talisman and underscore is the Instagram page. And I'm looking at comments here. Okay, so different reading than my usual. Stop that. It is a 5-card spread. 5 here. All right. The first is self-care. The issue. Okay. What to do now, what to do later, what you need to hear, and what you need to avoid. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 cards. All right? See that? So you at home will read tarot. Listen to what I have to say. Write down the cards for your sign. Throw your own cards. How do you read that? All right? All right. So, shuffling the cards. I should do it while I'm talking. Sorry. Self-care. Yeah, the nicest thing for self-care, I swear, women, go get a pedicure. The nicest thing you can do for yourself, unless you've got some horrible foot issues or pain, go get it. Go spend $30 plus $5, $10 for a tip. Just get a pedicure. Let someone rub your feet, and that is probably the nicest things you can do for yourself, especially if they do reflexology, and a lot of the better salons do. They will reflexology, sit in that massage chair, be a little shoulder massage afterwards. But if you want to do something nice for yourself, or my daughter and I usually go get pedicures for Mother's Day together. Go with a friend. Go with your mom. Go with your sister. Go get a pedicure together. It's so girly, I know, but lots of dudes go too. It is nice. It's really relaxing. It's a wonderful way to spend almost an hour of your time. So, all about self-care. All this hair. Look at this. Alrighty. So we're going to start with Aries. All right? Aries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Aries, the issue. 7 of Cups. Self-care. I don't know what I want. Literally. That's 7 of Cups is, I don't know what I want. So obviously the issue is identifying what you want in terms of self-care. In terms of what's best for you. What do you want? What to do now? 2 of Swords reversed. You gotta make a choice, Aries. You gotta pick, and it looks like you've got rock in a hard place reversed. So it's literally you've got to pick rock or hard. Be a hard choice ahead of you. Okay, but you need to pick something. What to do later? The 6 of Wands reversed, and that is focus on career. Understanding that you need to really focus on how you're going to grow something. that isn't growing right now. What do you need to hear, Aries? The Page of Swords reversed. Stop talking, Aries. Stop talking. Listen. You need to take some stuff in. All right? And what you should avoid, Three of Swords. Three of Swords is heartbreak, but it also could be depression. Aries does not do well stagnant. That is an energy that I've yet to ever see in my. China's an Aries. I have lots of Aries. They're all pretty much all redheads. It's really amazing. That come in the store. You guys don't do well with stagnation. You don't do well with doors being shut. You tend to just want to batter them like the ram that you are. You don't always do well hearing no, and that's it's really you need to, Aries, identify what you need, what you want. First of all, there's some hard choices in that. Then focus, listen, listen, and the urge to get depressed. Aries can get really depressed. I never appreciated that before. But being stagnant, not being able to move forward, has a real detrimental effect on. And right now, it looks as though you can't. Partly it's your own fault because, Aries casts a very wide net. Aries are famous for not finishing projects. 20 things started, nothing done. And biggest hearts. Don't get me wrong. I love Aries, but Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. They are considered the children of the zodiac. They are very naive, very easy to take advantage of an Aries, a young Aries especially, because they have trust, they have faith. They tend to put people on pedestals. They have this wonderful belief in until it gets beat out of them by life. I'm looking at comments, sorry. But in this case, Aries, in terms of taking care of yourself, you have to know what you want, right? And then talk to people, get people in as experts, and then listen to what they have to say to you. Take it in. Who are actually doing it. Listen to them. Listen to them who are actually doing what you want to do. And the other thing is, sometimes you gotta listen to people you may not even like. You may not like them, but they're doing what you want to do. So you gotta take personality out of it and say, but they're doing what I want to do. So if they're growing a successful business, how are they doing that? Forget the fact that you don't like them. Forget the fact that maybe maybe you think about why you don't like them. There's another thing to think about. But it is about taking in some information and learning from people. Okay. We all want to think that our mentors are wonderful, awe-inspiring people. Sometimes our mentors are real assholes, but there they are, and they're teaching us. I think in the art world that is particularly true. All the arts tend to attract these very ego-driven people, and they're not always the nicest people. Creative people can be real shits, honestly. So, all right, Taurus. What is the issue? 10 of Cups. Okay, happy at home. 10 of Cups is a wonderful card. What to do now? 2 of Cups. Partner up. I love the 2 of Cups. It's about a friendship that grows into romance. Romance that comes out of friendship. It's when husbands and wives come in for readings, this card always comes up because they're best friends. I love that. What to do later? Temperance reversed. Things out of balance. Okay? I would take the self-care aspect of Taurus to say, are you giving your partner enough time? Are you spending enough time with the person that you care about? Are you making them a priority? Are you making home and relationship the priority it needs to be? Because of course we know Taurus tends to focus on money. Dollar sign. It's a dollar sign. and security and good stuff. It's how you pay the mortgage, right? But Taurus can get blindsided by the acquisition. What you need to hear, Taurus, the Four of Coins reversed. Okay? The Four of Coins is, how do I make money? How can I make money? How can I make more money? It's reversed. You know how to make money, Taurus. Maybe we backburn it a little bit, maybe making money. And what you should avoid, the Fool reversed. Give me a second to think how that factors in. I almost want to think, at the end of the day, what to do later. This idea of turns reversed, things out of balance. I think the challenge is balancing work and home and family, and particularly, and especially when there's children involved, it's really easy to lose sight of your partner. How many times I tell people in readings, when's the last time you and your husband you went away for a weekend? You always think, oh, I gotta have no, you need an overnighter. You just need to go overnight to a bed and breakfast 4 hours away, Maine, Lower Vermont. Pick a spot. We have some amazing spots. Go to the city, but find a place and just get away so you can talk, have a nice long car ride, and have a nice meal, and sleep in the morning, and have some fun. So that's what I'm going to say for Taurus here in terms of self-care. For Taurus is really about partner care. It's really about the people that you care about. Now, there's plenty of Tauruses out there that I'm sure are single, saying, oh, what about me? Well, Taurus, it might be time to think about partnership. It might be time, part of your self-care may be thinking about, how do I fit a relationship into my life? What do I want to attract? Because there's a lack of balance, and that balance is about partnership, romantic partnership, mind you. All right? And the Two of Cups can be that friendship that goes into a romance. Do you have a friendship that maybe can take that next step? Because it's time to take it. All right? Gemini. All right, Gemini. Lots of swords. That's great. Okay, Gemini, the issue. The issue is the Five of Coins reversed. Money getting better. That's good. Better reversed than upright. Five of Coins reversed means it's on the upswing. What to do now? The Ten of Swords. What to do later? The Chariot. Well, Ten of Swords is the ending of something. It is truly being weighted down by the ending, and what do the Chariot is just the opposite. The Chariot is moving forward quickly, without thought. Get out of it. That's the Chariot energy. It can be detrimental in that it's really, chariots move very quickly as long as they're going straight. Okay, when they try to turn is when they tip over. There's problems, there's instability with this, but and the Chariot energy is just go, 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 go. Gates open, run. That's the energy. And in this case, I'm going to say the energy is run, Forrest, run. You remember when Forrest Gump was being chased by those kids who were bullying him so badly? His leg braces fell off, and that's the energy here for Gemini. Just move forward, get past it. What you need to hear? Ooh, the Hangman reversed. That's harsh. The Hangman reversed. Hangman upright is a lovely card. It's delayed gratification. It's taking care of others who later will take care of you. It's understanding that now it's their turn, and you're going to sacrifice, and it's all for the family unit, and it's great stuff. I always say it's the kid who knows that their parents are working very hard to get them through college. So on spring break, they don't go away. They get a job. They pay for their books. It's the mother that shops at Goodwill herself, put new clothes on the backs of her kids. It's a great card, but it's reversed. What does that mean, Gemini? It means your efforts are not appreciated. It means you're being used as a doormat. It means you're not being, it's for nothing. You're wasting your time here. Move forward. And what you should avoid, King of Swords. Don't let this make you hard. Gemini can be a very black and white sign. Very black and white. And it's like they flip like there's very little gray area for many, especially young Geminis. It's good, it's bad. While you're leaving a bad situation, recognizing that not everything is bad, just the situation. Not everyone is trying to use you, not everyone's taking advantage. Don't let it make you hard. The King of Swords is almost militant. It's all logic, and swords are air, and air is Gemini. Logic, head over heart. Too much, that's really bad though. You have to feel with your heart sometimes. You've got to think things through. But in this case right now, the cards are saying, don't let it make you hard, don't let it make you bitter, but get out. Move forward, walk away, and get out while the getting's good. It looks as though it might be actually financially possible where it wasn't before. Now it is. Okay? Because money will hold you, lack of money will hold you to a bad situation. Hey, China. All right. I'm not sure what you're guilty about, but I never shut up. I don't know what you're what you're agreeing with. All right, Cancer. Cancer. Okay, the issue for Cancer is the Justice card. All right, Justice is obviously things going well, legally, contractually, signing contracts, court issues being favorable outcomes. What to do now? The Page of Coins reversed. And what to do later? The King of Wands reversed. Okay. The way I read these cards is stop spending money until you've earned the money. Okay? Don't spend money you think you're getting from the settlement until you have the settlement. That's the way I see these cards. What to do now, what to do later. You'll be going gangbusters later, but right now, what the hell? Okay, I'm looking at my bird. I'm sorry. All right. He loves to torture the dogs. This is his new thing. What you need to hear. Ooh, that's leaving home. That's taking a trip. That's interesting. And what you should avoid is the Five of Swords reversed. That's listening to other people. So this is one time, Cancer, when it's interesting with Gemini, and I always talk about signs that are conjunct, how there's similarities in the readings. With Gemini, it was like leaving a bad situation, moving forward, just get out of it. In this case, I'm going to say, this might be an opportunity to take this money, whatever's coming your way here, whether it's a new job that's going to provide more money, or you're getting a settlement, or there's something legal. I'm going to say, maybe it's time to invest in a new home. Maybe it's time to make that move you want to make. Don't fritter it away. Maybe really start thinking of what you really want to do with that money, and it needs to be for you. Don't listen to people. Because I like having money. If people come out of the woodwork wanting to borrow and need money, and a lot of that. There was a lot of that this week. Money not being paid back. The idea being, think about what you want to do. Again, it's self-care we're talking about. Where do you want to go, Cancer? What do you want to have happen? Yeah. Six of Cups is usually leaving home. It can be a trip. It can be a trip. Six of Cups it can also be going home. A trip home. And I don't mean in the I'm gonna die, go to heaven home. I mean, I'm talking about actually taking a trip home. Maybe if you have family from Italy, maybe you're gonna take a trip to Italy. Maybe it's that kind of thing, the ancestral homeland. But yeah, again, self-care. Maybe some of that money needs to be used for that purpose. Hey, Kathleen. Hey, Leo. Issue for Leo, the world. Okay. What to do now? The Four of Cups reversed. Okay, well, you know what you want, Leo. You know what you want emotionally. Let's do later the Hermit. Interesting. Oh, Leo. You're actually thinking possibly about your relationship and whether you're better being alone. And maybe it is time to think about that. Maybe it's time to disconnect from relationships altogether. Whole new world. That's what the world means. What you need to hear is the Eight of Wands, which is focus on work. Focus on work. And what you should avoid is the Empress. The Empress can be given to excess. The Empress, who I like her when she's upright, and many Leos pull that card. That's a very Leo type of card. Excuse me, I'm moving all over the place here. Um, the thing is, I'm wondering if maybe a lot of it has to do with the idea of working alone, being alone, own business, and yet there's a sense of solitude and autonomy puts all the responsibility on you, Leo. Now you're perfectly capable of handling that. The caution here is hold off on this. If it's a new business, if it's going into business, hold off. Do it later. Okay. What you should avoid is that autonomy. I can do it all myself. I don't need any help. I don't need. That's true. I always say talisman. It is my shop. It is my baby. I birthed that shop. Absolutely. Sacrificed a lot, but I could never say it's just me running the shop. There's no way. I've got support. I've got my readers. I've got China. I've got people who have my own children who have really helped me and done that's allowed it to happen. And so Leo, I would caution you about the head. So I don't need any help. I can do it myself. Probably can't. You probably can't. Just like Aries needs to ask advice, you need to really think about your time and your energy and how alone you want to be. You know? And if this idea of autonomy is going to make it where you don't have time for a relationship, where there isn't any opportunity. Thanks, Greta. Okay. Virgo. Virgo. The issue. The King of Coins. What to do now? The Queen of Wands. What to do later? The Seven of Coins. All right. So Virgo, basically, the King of Coins is business. Is the business card. The Queen of Wands is work, creativity, and the Seven of Coins. And I'm going to say for Virgo, it's that what to do now is look at the creative aspects that you want to do, and then figure out how you're going to make money doing it. So very often you're working in an industry where there's no creativity. You want to do something creative. How many times do I hear every day, every single day? I want to do what you do. I want to do this all day. I want to do spiritual stuff all day. Okay, do you like to eat? Do you like to pay your bills? Because it's really, really hard to get health insurance as a full-time tarot reader. Can it happen? Sure, it can happen. A couple of celebrity clients and you're all set. Not that easy though. In other words, you often have to keep a day job. All right, and that's what I'm seeing here too. That idea of the issue is the day job, the desire to be creative, but again, that Seven of Coins, how to make money. What you need to hear, Ace of Wands. And what to avoid, the Page of Cups. Avoid romanticizing this, okay? Trust me. Trust someone who's in the business. Yeah, it's great, and I love what I do, and I love what I do. But Ace of Wands is the creative aspect of it, but the creative aspect of it is just a portion of it. You know, there's a whole other aspect that's not so sexy, that's not so spiritual, that's just a lot of hard work. And I'm saying that I don't care if it's a spiritual, if it's artistic, whatever you're thinking, Virgo. And I get it. You want out of the box. You want out of that 9 to 5 mentality, off the hamster wheel. And you can do it. The cards are absolutely saying, oh, but you can, because you are creative, and you do know how to organize, and you do know how to prioritize. It's all Virgo stuff, man. That is what they do the best. But you got to figure out how you're gonna make money. You've got to have a budget, and you've got to, there's leaps of faith, and then there's just leaps. And in this case, Ace of Wands, which is what you need to hear. Ace of Wands is partnership too. It is creativity. It's the best creative card. And I want to say that with Virgo, with this reading, I would say you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Okay, the blueprint's already there for you. Okay, the Ace of Wands is okay. You already know how to structure it. Just don't over romanticize it. Understand it's got to get funded, and then after it gets funded, how long before you pull a paycheck doing it? For me, it was 7 years. 7 years, the business 14 years. Half that time was me putting whatever money I earned back into a business. Think about it. Okay. Now, and I'm not surprised at these cards because so many people are coming in so dissatisfied with the 9 to 5. And we're hearing about, salaries that are too low and people not wanting to go back to work. They don't want to go back to work to their old job because they're making less money than they'd be making with unemployment. That's fair. That's a fair thing. Why should they want to go back when they're going to make less money? But there's also realism. Realistically, okay, you're going to do something different. Well, you've had about 6 months to figure it out. Where are you in that plan? What have you figured out? What are you going to do to support yourself if you're not going to go back to that job, which, the clock is ticking now. So I hear it every day. And people want to strategize. I'm always honest about business plans and yeah. Paychecks are nice. Let me just put it that way. Paychecks are nice things to have. So just something to think about. When you're on your own, when you work for yourself, that can be tough. All right. All right. Libra. The issue. The 10 of Wands reversed. Ooh. What to do now? The 6 of Coins reversed. What to do later? The 8 of Cups reversed. Oh, Libra, you got to do what you hate to do. You got to be confrontational, Libra. That's your self-care. Issue 1, the 10 of Wands reversed, is the straw that broke the camel's back. Okay? Hey, Anna Maria, how are you? So Libra, the 10 of Wands reversed. Straw that broke the camel's back, the 6 of Coins reversed, and the 8 of Cups reversed. You can't run away from this. You've got to address it. And I'm going to say with the 6 of Coins reversed, there's some kind of money owed to you. There's something is being owed to you, and you can't run away from it, and you can't avoid it. You're not going to get it. Okay, if you don't sit there and say, "Hey, where's my bonus?" or that raise we talked about, or that money I loaned you, or remember, that you got to do that. You have to have that talk. You guys are bad at that, by the way. Confrontation and Libras are just not. What are you doing over there? Okay. What you need to hear is the star. I always say the star is one of the 2 best cards in the deck. You can do this. You can actually stand up for yourself and do this. And what you should avoid, Page of Cups reversed. Don't go falling into a depression, Libra. Don't go feeling sorry for yourself. That's that Page of Cups, excuse me, Knight of Cups energy. Knight of Cups energy. Uh, helplessness. Oh, emotionally, I can't handle this. This is too much. I under too much pressure. You're under pressure, and you're gonna have to be confrontational. Okay. Um, there's no leaving. There's no running. You can walk away after you get your money. You can walk away after after you have the job title and you can put that on your resume. Then you can walk away. You can ask a question. Sure. Sure. Okay. Scorpio. Go ahead, ask your question. Scorpio. Oh, oh, honey, I don't do personal. Regarding a friendship, honey, I don't throw cards like that. I do the 12 signs, and I don't answer that question for you. I can't even begin to answer that question for you. I'm sorry. I need to just focus on that, just on you, and I can't right here. That's not. This isn't where I do that. I was hoping there was going to be something regarding astrology or something regarding. Okay. All right, Scorpio. All right, issue Ace of Coins. Thank you for understanding. What to do now? Ace of Cups reverse. What to do later? Four of Swords. Okay. So the issue is money, basically. Ace of Coins is the best money card, but the issue is money. What to do now? Ace of Cups reversed. Four of Swords. It's you don't love what you're doing. You don't love it. You're there. It's the paycheck. It's the money. Um, rest later. Work now. Literally, that's exactly what these cards say. Rest later, which is that Four of Swords, which is respite, which is staying after hard work. That's for later. Work now. Make money now. You feel like what you're doing? Whoa. Okay. That's what the energy is right now. What you need to hear, the Knight of Coins reversed. You're not making the money you should be making. You need to hear that. You're not making what you should be making. And what you should avoid is the Hierophant reverse. Thinking outside the box and shaking up the institution. So basically, Scorp, all you Scorps out there who are not getting paid, you should be getting paid, who are not, and it gets interesting of what I just talked about, this idea of, we'll make more money home, collecting unemployment, and yet here it is. If you think you're going to change the institution that you work in, you're probably not. You're probably not. And we see things change. I remember about 15 years ago, a lot of corporations were getting rid of their older employees, their employees that were in their 50s and early 60s, and hiring college kids. And it was, you can't do the job, it's okay. We can hire 3 college kids to do your job. And what they very mature, very reliable, very conscientious employees, and they put, guess what the college kids did? They all show up for work. They asked for a day off, and they've been working for a month. When's my next day off? Oh, I need this week off. Oh, I need this time off. And they're like, well, you can't. They're just calling sick. They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit. You would never see a 50-year-old doing that, but you have that. And so they were like, oh my God, what have we done? And so, yeah, things can change. Things can change, but they're not going to change right now. And they're not going to change to deal with your issue. Work now, relax later. As much as you want to buck the system, right now isn't the time. Especially if you work for an institution, the educational institution, a medical institution. It seems there's an opportunity in front of you to make more money. You don't love what you're doing. It's not. It's also not permanent. But I'm going to say make hay while the sun shines. I'm going to say make the money now. Worry about doing something different. Worry about it later. I know that seems lame, and I know that's not. But there's shit coming down the pike. I don't have to say. A lot of people are not working, and the stuff that I read, the stuff I hear about, like, oh, don't worry, they can't kick you out. Don't pay your rent. Oh, don't worry, they can't. But they can. They can. The protections will be lifted. You will get kicked out. You will get evicted. You will get repossessed. Yes, they will take your car. Yes, they will. Okay? Don't think for a second the deck isn't stacked in their favor. And this resistance is futile. And it's not that things can't change. Like I said, these companies that hired the college kids in learned a horrible lesson, and all of a sudden now they're treating these employees. There's a whole other respect for employees in their 50s because they bring maturity and they bring experience and they bring conscientious. But that had to happen first. That had to happen first. Here, and it's this is saying change is not going to come fast enough to fix this. Make money now while you can. Okay, really look at the bottom line. And you can rest later, but if there's overtime now, take it now. If they're understaffed, then do it now. Take it now, because it's not going to last forever. If the real estate market, for God's sake, this is no time to take a break. If you're in real estate, make the money. It's a bubble. It's going to burst. So don't, as I say, make hay while the sun shines. Okay. All right, Sagittarius. The issue, the Knight of Swords reversed. What to do now? The Two of Coins. What to do later? The Death card. You're not going to die later. Just stop that. But just saying, death. What you need to hear, the Five of Wands reversed, and what you should avoid, the Wheel of Fortune, which can also be gambling. Okay. The issue, and we talked about this with regard to some of the energy affecting Sag and Gemini, was this sense of being fenced in, this sense of being repressed, this sense of being a lot of pressure. Sagittarius, not able to move forward the way they want to. That's the Knight of Swords reversed. It's not moving forward. Swords are air, they're thought, but it's information not coming in. It's a sense of stagnant energy. That's the issue. What to do now? The Two of Coins. Well, not that different than Scorpio. Again, we see conjunct signs where there's similarities. Two of Coins, juggling money, but it's money. Money needs to come in. The Death card, what to do later, where the idea for Scorpio, was rest later. The energy for Sagittarius is make the change later, make the big drastic changes later. You just, again, juggling money, making money, robbing Peter to pay Paul, do what you got to do, keep those balls in the air. What you need to hear, Five of Wands reversed. The Five of Wands is the same thing over and over and over, the same fight over and over, and the reverse, it's just stop. It's reversed, just stop. It's the same thing over and over and over again, stop. It's not changing right now. You're not changing it right now. No different, again, like Scorpio, you're not going to change the system. You're not going to change people's headset. You can't talk enough to convince people to change. You'll to change But right now, first things first, you gotta pay the bills. You gotta do what you gotta do. You just gotta shut them foot up right now. Sorry, Sag. Sag loves to talk more than anything. So, and no, there's no time to complain, no time to bitch and moan. It's really just work. What you should avoid, the Wheel of Fortune, gambling, and that's been a big topic too. A lot of people buying lottery tickets, a lot of people buying money drawing oil and talking about, well, again, gambling and lottery and going to the casinos. I am not really a gambler myself. Gambling is usually a Sag trait. They usually love a good gamble. They usually Sag enjoy that energy. Casino energy, that it's a big rush for most Sagittarians, not all. You're being cautioned against taking risks about pushing your luck. And again, that Jupiter energy that blows everything up. Jupiter is the natural ruler of Sag. You're being advised really not to gamble. Don't gamble your future. Don't gamble that you're going to say something that's not going to get, heard and reported back to you. That's a big problem here. The cards are saying shut up. Okay, stop complaining, stop arguing, do your job. You'll make changes later. Don't gamble with your future. Okay? Sorry, Sag. Capricorn. The issue for Capricorn is the Knight of Wands reversed. What to do now? The King of Cups. What to do later? The Seven of Wands. What you need to hear? The Tower. What you should avoid? The Nine of Swords reversed. How does that read? Well, the issue is lack of creative opportunity. Creative opportunity, not just stagnant energy. Again, stagnation. What to do now? King of Cups. Something that Capricorn sometimes forgets about is spirituality and artistic stuff, and it's time to go there. It's so you can't find that at work, and that's where Capricorn naturally looks to be fulfilled is work. It's just that's like their church basically, and it's this causing no, it's not at work. Now you got to go elsewhere. You got to go elsewhere to find that creative connection, that spiritual connection. Okay. What to do later? Seven of Wands. Possibly, once you determine, okay, that the idea of school, of education, the Seven of Wands is an education card. So you may actually, let's say, go for a Reiki treatment, go for a Reiki session, and then say, I think I'd like to take a Reiki class or a Reiki course. All right. That's what I'm hearing. You might want to go to an art gallery and then say, maybe I'll take painting classes. Okay. This is about Capricorn getting into that creative place, spiritual place. What you need to hear, the Tower. Hey, time for a big change. At a foundation level, time for a big change. Time to shake it up. And that's the Tower. It is chaotic change. It is chaos. But it also could be, and Capricorn does tend to work to the point of exhaustion. Capricorn tends to work to the point and also take on responsibilities to the point that they can self-destruct. They can end up with nervous breakdowns. They can end up, really insular, So the cards are saying, okay, open those doors. All right, let in some fresh air. Time to open up the doors, open the windows, and get out of the office. Right? Go step into some new places. And what you should avoid, the Nine of Swords reversed. Nine of Swords reversed is letting your anxieties get the best of you. and self-doubt. Not letting yourself. I want to say in this case because there's it's creativity and no money. The idea that I'm wasting my time. Well, how does this pay off? Well, it may not pay off in any way except that it's going to be good for your soul. You know, like I said, go for a pedicure. Hey, a pedicure can make money, but God, you're going to feel better. This idea there's something bigger out there for you and you're not going to find it again. You may not find it at your workplace. You may need it, or at home. You may need to have an option 3, okay, which is some spiritual place, some spiritual. Maybe you need to go back to church. I don't know. It doesn't feel that way. And I'll tell you, for some people, go to mass. Go to a different mass. If you haven't been to church and you recognize and you're still in your heart, you're still Catholic. You know what? Go to mass. Go to one of the beautiful cathedrals we have, and just sit and take it in. I mean that. I genuinely mean that. Maybe that's what you need to do, but you got to step out of what's comfortable. And if you do go every Sunday to mass, then maybe it's time to go someplace else, experience something else. Okay, because that's what the cards are saying is there's stagnant energy. It's time to make a change, Capricorn. All right? What are you doing? All right, Aquarius. Aquarius, the issue is the 9 of Wands reversed, and that's self-doubt. Okay? What to do now? The 9 of Cups. What to do later? The 3 of Cups. What do we need to hear? The High Priestess reversed. What needs to avoid? The 8 of Coins. Okay, again, signs that are conjunct, we see similar energies. And again, what to avoid? The 8 of Coins, which is work, work, work. 8 of Coins is a great card. And Aquarians are also very hardworking. They're a fixed sign, too. People forget that. Aquarius is interesting because they're fixed. And so no one gets into a rut better than Aquarius. Believe it or not, the revolutionary and the sign of change, yep, they get into a rut. So the issue, the 9 of Wands reversed, self-doubt. I don't have what I need to do this. I don't have the education. I don't have the whatever I need. I don't have it to do with this to move forward. What to do now? The 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups is a great card. I actually have a spell kit, the 9 of Cups spell kit, and it's wishes coming true. Okay? So instead of saying you can't do something, okay, first of all, what do you want to do? And then obviously, yes, you can. What to do later, though, the 3 of Cups. The 3 of Cups is celebrating in a group. Okay? Aquarius does best. They rule the house of work by committee, friendships, humanitarian efforts. And I want to say that I almost want to look at these cards and think that Aquarius is doubting themselves as a leader. Like that I can't take. I'm not meant to lead. I can't. I don't know why you're thinking. There's some doubt about having the ability, the training, the background, the education that you can't lead successfully. What you need to hear, the High Priestess reversed. You're not using your intuition. You need to hear that because I'll tell you what, the 3 most intuitive signs of the zodiac are Scorpio, Pisces, Aquarius. That's right, Aquarius. And not that all the intuitive, don't get me wrong, but in terms of a natural intuition, Scorpio that just knows things, Pisces that can feel things, and Aquarius is that they have brilliant flashes. Their intuition comes in electric. Well, they ruled. Uranium is their metal, ruled by Uranus. It's the flashes of brilliance, the flashes of enlightenment. It hits you, and But it's not like Scorpio that it's a different energy. And so the idea of just continuing on the way you're continuing on, no, it's not. You're not meant to be a worker. You're meant to be a leader. Aquarius, you're meant to lead. Okay. Abraham Lincoln, famously probably one of our greatest presidents after George Washington, he was an Aquarius, and George Washington was a Pisces. Those are very similar energies, Pisces and Aquarius. But in this case, start feeling your way through this and start using your own natural intuitive abilities. You're not tapping into that because you can do this. And when I say lead, I don't just mean, yes, it could be the workplace, but the urge, when I see that card there, the urge just, well, no, I can't do it, so I'm just going to continue on. I'll just stay on that hamster wheel. The hamster wheel of you're a housewife, you're home all day long with the kids. Well, that may not be what you're meant to do. Maybe, and maybe that's where, again, you organize other women to do something interesting. That sounds weird. A book club, but again, you need to head that up. You need to spearhead it, okay? Just laughing because, yeah, never mind. Okay, Pisces. I'm laughing. Wait, okay. I'm laughing because way back in the day when I was married to my first husband, we lived in a private community. And when we bought in this place, it was Great Oak Farm in Monroe. If some of you know Connecticut, know Monroe, you know what I'm talking about. And it was like, wow, I'm a blue collar girl who left him at 14, poor all my life. My ex-husband grew up, with parents who were teachers. I mean, and so we really thought we made it. We bought a little house in this very beautiful development, and it was really something. And I was like, wow, that song "Moving On Up." It was just like that. Like, wow, we're here, and it was just so cool. That lasted a minute, and then I realized that I was surrounded by freaks. Here I am, thinking it was Peyton Place, and they used to call it that in the bigger communities. Peyton, it was known as Peyton Place, and there was a very old soap opera. My mom used to watch it. Awful. It was awful how many women were having affairs. They were swapping partners. I mean, it was insane. And not everyone, but man, numbers were higher than they should have been. And I was just like, huh? I'm thinking all these classy people that are educated and they're corporate people, and no, big education for Laura, big education for me. And their kids were bullies, and I didn't even like their kids, and they were weird, frankly. And my bar is set pretty low on weird, and they're weird. I remember thinking, God, I'm so unhappy, and trying to talk to my ex-husband about that, and he's like, why can't you just get along with people? And I'm like, I get along with lots of people, but these people are weird. I had this idea, though, organizing women, what I said about Aquarius, this, like all these crazy, horny housewives. I'm like, a phone, you know what I'm saying? And they go like really cool names like Tigress One, and right? And just channel that energy. To this money. I have great ideas, by the way. They just don't play well with people. But anyways, I had this great idea. It just didn't take off. But it was still a good idea. That's right. The Great Oak Farm phone sex hotline. That was my idea. And because I can't do it, but I could organize it. See, I have that energy. I could organize it. I can't say the word penis without laughing. So, not for me. I can't do that work, but I could organize it. I'm just saying. And that's why I was laughing when I said that. That was my thought. Now, okay, let's get away from that now and go into Pisces and wrap this up. Pisces. The issue is the Page of Wands reversed. What am I doing? Yeah, Page of Wands reversed. What to do now? The Ten of Coins reversed. What to do later? Strength. What you need to hear? The Moon. And what you should avoid? Judgment reversed. All right. I had to look because these cards are so similar to Aquarius cards in some ways. The issue, the Page of Wands reversed. And again, that goes back to wands are creative energy. It's reversed. Waiting for news. News not coming. Opportunities not coming. That's the issue. What to do now? Ten of Coins reversed. What to do later? Strength. Well, I would say what to do now is to look at something you can do in the home. Because the Ten of Coins, the coins is home. Money in the home, and it's not there. Ways of making money in the home. Think about it, then act on it. That's how I see that. What to do later? Strength is, but just you've got to find a way to. This, unlike Capricorn, that's going out of the home, out of into another place. For Pisces, it's just going to the home directly. What you need to hear? The Moon. So we had the high priestess for Aquarius reversed. The Moon. It's all about creativity. It's all about the Moon is all about intuition. In this case, Pisces, it could be doing readings out of your home. In this case, it could be. Yeah, it's interesting. The Moon can also be deceptions. It can be things hidden. It could be running a business out of your home because you can't afford office space yet. It could be that too, but you need to not advertise that because you may have to run a business out of your home. You may maybe something you shouldn't be doing out of your home, like repairing cars in your garage, or what you should avoid. Judgment reverse. Avoid contracts. Avoid signing contracts at this time. And actually, I will say again that Pisces, that Jupiter in Pisces, speaks to that too. Watch, we got Mercury going retrograde, but we also need to really watch out for signing contracts because things can look better than they are. That is one thing. Things can look a lot better than they are with this energy. So watch out what you sign. You could wind up getting more than you thought, more than you bargained for. And that could be a great thing, or it could be a really bad thing. It's not usually a great time to buy real estate with Pisces and with Jupiter and Pisces, because again, things could be hidden. Sewers septic systems can go bad, leaking roofs, that sort of thing. Does that mean you should never buy a house? No, of course not. But it means get a really good home inspection done. Okay. So looking at these cards, it really does speak to creative ventures in the home. Keeping them hidden. So you probably can't advertise the business. Or you gotta watch how you advertise the business. You don't want strangers showing up at your house. There's that idea too. A lot of us don't do readings out of our home for that reason. We keep that energy out of our home. That's the challenge here. You may also be looking at running a business and not having a business license because you're not sure. You're not sure this is going to be something that's going to really take off. That's okay. I'm saying you're not sure. You need to test the waters first before you sign a contract, before you get office space, before you go storefront. It may be something as simple as starting an Etsy store, something out of your home, having merchandise, having inventory in the home. And the other way I would read this, is a warning around buying real estate. The Ten of Coins reversed can be real estate losses. So where I would see it in the case of all the cards as an ensemble is the idea of doing it at home so you don't lose money moving forward too quickly. It also could speak to wait to buy that house. You know, don't fall. And for God's sake, use your intuition. Do not. I just had this talk with somebody. Do not fall in love with a house you haven't bought, guys. Take it from someone. I have owned 7 houses. I have flipped houses. Do not fall in love with a house until you own it and you live in it. When you are looking at houses, it's like dating. It's just like dating. You don't fall in love with someone on the first or second date. Don't do that. Don't be that person. Don't say, oh, it has to be this house. This is the only house. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't have to be that house. If it's not that house, it'll be a different house. You shouldn't be entering dating that way. Don't look at houses that way. It's my mom was a realtor. I have bought a number of houses. You just have to make that decision with your head. It's real easy, especially with an energy where things are getting blown up and we think we can do more than we can. Oh, this house would be beautiful if only, oh, if I lived here. No, no. You living there and loving the house isn't going to fix a bad septic system. That's a $30,000 plus job. Don't buy a house with a bad septic system. There's a lot of fixer-uppers on the market right now. People just want to get their money out of their house. That's great if you can do the fixing up yourself. If you got to call a contractor in there at a time when wood and supplies are escalating, maybe not so much. Maybe now that fixer-upper, that sweat equity isn't going to pay off the same way. Okay? If you can't do all the work yourself, well, then you're not really acquiring sweat equity. That's not sweat equity. All right? So just for everyone, just be careful. If something seems too good to be true, in this energy, it probably is. If someone's making promises that it seems like they can't keep, guess what? They probably can't. It's a really good time to tap into your Pisces intuitive energy. Everyone has Pisces somewhere in their chart. Some house is ruled by Pisces. Look at that. What house is ruled by Pisces? Because that's the house that you're going to want to see Jupiter. Find out where Jupiter is, where your Pisces is, and that's what's getting blown up. That's what could be expansive. That's what could be larger than life. And the good and the bad energy, how to work with that energy without letting it work you. The tail doesn't wag the dog. Okay? And when Jupiter's in Pisces, you might forget that. All right? Thank you all for being here. Thanks for putting up with me. I was goofy today. Everyone behave, like and share, and I will see you next week. Bye. Guys, what are you doing? Going live.